This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com. Most people suspected that Lanny Poffo died of heart failure because he passed very suddenly, I guess, in New York earlier this week, but it has been confirmed now by multiple sources, including Dave Meltzer, that he did pass away from heart failure at 68 years old. His brother also passed away from that. Of course, Lanny was known to lead a bit of a cleaner life than his brother. So it's a bit shocking considering his dad lived into his 80s and his mother lived into her 90s. But you never know. I think Vince McMahon's brother died at like 78. So it'll be interesting to see if Vince McMahon makes it into his 80s that are quickly approaching, but nobody knows when they could go. It could happen anytime. Smackdown did a 0.5 rating. Apparently, Booker T's Reality of Wrestling now has some sort of talent exchange deal with NXT, and it could even be more than that. Of course, Booker T is a NXT commentator. He recently wrestled in the Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels was saying that they did a talent exchange and it was a one-time thing, but there's more talk coming out now that there's actually going to be some type of working relationship. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul are doing a lot of back and forth on each other, so it does appear almost certain that it will be Rollins and Paul at SummerSlam. I did watch the Sami Zayn Roman Reigns segment on SmackDown, by the way, or on YouTube from SmackDown. He had good fire. That was much better than the Royal Rumble segment. I just personally have a hard time believing, because Sami Zayn is so small, I have a hard time taking him seriously growing up as a 80s and 90s wrestling fan. No Gimmicks Guy. This is Barry Harwitz on the Great North Wrestling Podcast at 5 p.m. Eastern today. I won't catch it live. I'll be at the gym, but 2 hours from now, don't miss it. By the way, Fedor Emelianenko had his final match last night on CBS, losing to Ryan Bader at 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the first round. TKO due to hammer fists. He lasted longer than their first fight back in 2019, where he was TKO'd after only about 30 seconds. So he was on a 2-fight winning streak, but it appears that that is his career's over now. Brett says NXT may end up absorbing Reality of Wrestling. They might make it a branch of NXT, but like absorbing it, what benefit would that be to them? I guess, I don't know. I guess they did have a TV show. I guess they would buy the TV content, but you would think that it would be a branch of NXT with Booker T still running it. Who knows? But I don't see them shutting it down unless Booker T's done with wrestling and just decided to sell out. I don't know. I never really followed Reality of Wrestling too much, but I knew they always had some type of a relationship with WWE, because I remember Jeremy Prophet telling me at one of his WWE tryouts years ago, he had a dark match, and I think it was actually here in Ottawa at a SmackDown taping against Kurt Hawkins and Lance Hoyt, or whatever his name was, Lance Archer at the time. And anyways, Booker T had told Jeremy Prophet at that time that he should go to his Reality of Wrestling training school and he'd likely be signed. But of course, for financial and work visa reasons, he never ended up doing that. He did later train at the Nightmare Factory, which apparently has connections now with both WWE and AEW. Somebody says, making a joke about Britney Spears and Randy. Billy Graham, he is in bad shape, and he does have a GoFundMe going. And he's 79. He's doing well considering everything his body's been through. Jamie Dundee is his next door neighbor. Interesting. His dad, Bill, owns a convenience store. I did not know Bill owned a convenience store. Had no idea. And I met Bill Dundee and did an interview with Bill Dundee years ago. A lot of people want me to interview Jamie Dundee. It might happen one day. Ivan says, I haven't heard about this boxing champion WWE bound, but it's possible. Someone says the only wrestlers that don't die before their times are the ones who didn't have a long-term career with WWE. Well, Lanny only really had an 8-year career. It wasn't that great. But he was retired. And sometimes they say when you retire and you lose your purpose in life, you die. Some people say that. But who knows? Someone says he remembers Lanny and Mr. Perfect teaming up. Yeah, at some point, they made Lanny into a manager of Mr. Perfect and then the Beverly Brothers before his release. He was good at selling. I would say selling, and he definitely innovated the moonsault in the U.S. He was the first one to use it. But he was best known for getting people over as a wrestler. And the manager gimmick was entertaining. Yes, he said he was going to outlive me. But honestly, I don't. I made a joke about it, and everyone takes it so seriously. Grandma Daisy, you're getting the Typhoon interview. Paul Roma is out of my budget. He wants too much money. Bob Holly, if he ever reappears from wherever he is, I'll talk to him. Somebody loved his poems. I actually have a book of his poems autographed that I would sign if someone, or sorry, that I would sell if someone wanted it. Sorry, I should have worn my glasses for this. I slapped the life out of Lanny. Well, for the record, he did tell me that I could that to have a very realistic match, and he wanted our little skit in the dressing room to also be realistic. And it got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hits, so it was probably the last major thing Lanny was known for in wrestling besides allowing his brother to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. But from his own career, since WWE, the little dressing room skirmish, he was known for it. And he didn't like that people thought it was real because he thought he was going to come off as the baby face in that. But in the end, fans at autograph sessions and stuff were giving him heat for that. So he didn't like that people thought it was real. Lanny did do steroids around the time he got his push in WWE, but he said it wasn't for long. As far as alcohol, he did have alcohol here and there, but not much. I think I may have seen him have a glass of wine once, but who knows? I definitely don't think that he had any type of drug or drinking problem. But somebody said that he moved to Ecuador for the females, so who knows if he was how much Cialis he was taking in his later years. No more work shoots. I think the last one I did was with Billy Jack Haynes. People don't like the work shoots. Anytime a work shoot happens, people they like wrestling being predictable and these days, but whatever. No, I don't plan on doing any more for now, but who knows in the future. But for now, no. For now, I'm going to the gym to pump up. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news